Hey guys, welcome back to another new video. Derek Reacts, back at it again. You've been right. Pink Floyd, The Dark Side of the Moon, the full album, guys. I'll be looking at the whole album and reviewing it. Can't wait to get my hands on this. A lot of you guys suggested I do it this way, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So we're gonna finally get to this and see what we got. I'm unsure of how I'm gonna work with the transitions and when to break and all that. But I guess I'm just gonna wing it and just go with it, and then I'll take care of that during the editing process. So I'll see how that works out for me. Taking it back to 1973. How many songs we got here? I think we got 10 songs. And I can't wait to see what they've got for us, guys. Before we get into the video, please take a moment, comment, like, and subscribe. I love to hear feedback. Makes videos like these all the more possible. And also take a moment to follow me and like me, both on Instagram and on Facebook. If you're new to the channel, guys, welcome. I also have a Patreon link down below. Be sure to check that out when you get a chance. Help support my channel. Makes recommendations like the one you're about to watch all the more possible. Guys, if I go bananas for the entire album, most likely there'll be some songs that I love. I've already heard a couple already on this album. I'm gonna add it to my playlist in full, guys. So be sure to follow me there. Derek Reacts, link in the description down below. Guys, I also have great new merchandise, face masks, t-shirts. Check them out when you get a chance. I'll be updating that store every now and then. DerekReacts.store. When you get a moment, visit it, please. All right, guys. Without further ado, let's go. Holy crap. So good. Oh my god. I love that bass. Holy crap. That bass is amazing. Oh my god. And then you get the guitars too on top of that. I love this one, guys. This is gonna come right at you. Yes. I couldn't wait to the end. I had a feeling that was gonna happen, by the way. Oh my god, this is by far the most stellar track on this album. Then Time. Time's gonna be second. But I love Money. I love Money. I love me some Money, guys. You hear the cash registers. You hear the change. This reminds me a lot of Kaching. As far as subject matter and what it is he's singing about. I'll get to that a little bit later. But I love the instrumentation to this. It is completely sick. The strings and the bass. Yes. That is how it's supposed to be delivered, guys. Money. It's a hit. Don't get me back to good bullshit. I'm in a high fidelity first class traveling section. I think I need a legit. Get the flip out of here. Who saw that coming? Oh. Saxophone, guys, the saxophone. I love it even more. Holy yes. The bass goes up more. everything goes bananas. Everything goes bananas. First of all, did I just mention the fact that the bass goes up? It just changed. It's a switch. It did a switch. It went up. Everything starts going. The guy on saxophone, Dick Perry, by the way, guy on saxophone, is playing this thing to death. He's playing this thing to death. But then what happens is all the intensity and everything starts rolling in with the instrumentation. I think I'm gonna pee my pants, guys. I'm gonna pee my pants. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Everything on this one is a great one. Oh my god. And they're so bad, guys. They left this for the sixth song in the album, the middle of the album, and greatly placed too. Greatly placed too. Very, very good. Oh. Wow. Oh, here we go. Oh. This thing is nasty. Ooh, this is so good, guys. This is how it's done, friends. This is how it's done. This is the way you want to do it. This is how you don't need that. You don't need that many lyrics. You don't. I mean, we've seen it thus far with this album. Thus far, you don't need that many lyrics. You need just to smash this thing out of the park with instrumentation. That's what they're doing. Drums, everything starts going bananas. Everything. I mean, my basket has fallen. Everything. I'll do the banana dance soon. It's gonna come soon, guys. It's gonna come soon. I don't know why I haven't done it yet, but the bass, the guitars, everything, the electric guitars, all those things. It's money, like the title suggests. It's money, guys. So good.
It's a crime.
Breaking a sweat.
Share it fairly, but don't take a slice of my pie. Money, so they say, is the root of all evil today. But if you ask for a rise, it's no surprise that they're giving none away.
It hushes the vocals. This thing was smashed, guys. Smashed.
Yes, absolutely.
So now we're gonna go into Us and Them pretty soon. Oh, you hear the conversations? Have the conversations. More conversations. Oh. So it continues, the conversation continues into the next song, which is Us and Them. By the way, a lengthy one too, almost 8 minutes. So that's going to be a big one. I mean, it opens with crash registers and stuff like that, loose change. You hear all those sound effects coming in. Money, discussing money. But it has a lot to do with, their tongue-in-cheek lyrics. And it describes the, you know, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's exactly what it's talking about. Consumerism, you know, or infatuation with money, greed. You know, much like Kaching, if you guys know what I'm talking about with Shania's song, much like Kaching, and it's just it's right on the money with everything, and it became one of the most successful tracks, by the way, on this album, and has been covered by many artists over the years. And I wouldn't be surprised if Shania interpolated that little cash register in the beginning there. So there you have it. It reached number 10 in Cashbox magazine and number 13 on Billboard Hot 100. It is noted for its time signature, which is unusual, and the tape loop, money-related sound effects, and all those things, and everything smashed instrumentation-wise. We'll revisit this track and all the other ones, but I want to get right into Us and Them, so I'll see you guys for that one. Oh, there's that organ again. Oh. So smooth. So smooth, guys. Oh, I like that. The saxophone makes a return. Oh, the echo. Reverb.
And them. And after all, we're only ordinary men. And you.
So this is a very heavily reverb type of song. Notice David Gilmour's vocals bouncing, and you hear everything like that. Very, very slow pace, by the way. And his lyrics are very deep. You know, it really discusses this subject matter of us versus them, addressing depression and symbolism of conflict. Very interesting coming in. Just the organ, guys, and then the strings. So you get and the steady progression with the drums. Not much happening so far in the beginning.
God only knows it's not what we would choose
Ah, interesting.
to do. Forward keep crying from the rear and the front way down.
Wow.
General Sash and the lines on the map move from
That
side
bass. Oh, backing vocals. So notice what happens. All that height comes in. All that height comes in. All of that intensity. Everything grows louder. Everything becomes, you know, much more louder. Specifically, probably on the chorus part. But everything starts coming in. Backing vocals, drums. That bass switches. It does a switch. guys, that Roger Waters on bass, he's killing this thing on every single song. He's killing it every single song. The saxophone comes in, backing vocals creating all that height, all the dramatics. The org, everything gets loud. Everything gets loud. Very interesting use of instrumentation and structure for this song.
and blue. And who knows which is which, and who is who.
Yeah, he's right. He's right. A guitar back there.
And down,
Halfway point, guys. Halfway point.
and in the end, it's only round and round, round, round and round, 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 round.
There it is. There it is.
Haven't you heard? It's a battle of words. Most of them listen, son, said the man with the gun. There's room for you inside.
Oh my God! Guys, I can't wait for that part to come. I mean, there's so much built, so much intensity in that with all the backing vocals, and the instrumentation, the bass, the switch. You know when that switch is coming, when it happens. It's just done so effectively, so well. This is a great song, guys. Every single song on this album thus far has been stellar. There's been a few that are standouts, most definitely, but they're all so good in its own way, and they all have a deep meaning. They all have deep meaning, and that's what's great about it. I'm gonna get to that in post reaction. Every single song is deep meaning. Everything is carefully constructed, beautifully done. Solo.
Your mother gonna kill you. So like, if you give them a quick, short, sharp shock, they don't do it again. Dig it. I mean, he got off like, because I couldn't give him a thrashing like once. It's only a difference of like how long it is. I mean, good manners don't cost nothing, do they? Hey,
There's a saxophone. Saxophone solo. I wonder if they did any of these songs live. They're so long.
It can't be helped that there's a lot of it about.
Everything's so simmery, so simmery.
Without and who deny it's what the fighting's all about.
Great saxophone.
Out of
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Amazing song. Let's pause it right here. What an amazing track this was, Us and Them, addressing the isolation of depression and symbolism of conflict, using simple dichotomies, describing personal relationships. Very, very interesting how it's, I mean, this is the longest song on the album, almost 8 minutes long, and what it does is it's a very slow progression, right, with just the drums and everything like that. A nice saxophone. Everything's kind of like bare in its own way, instrumentation wise, strings and the drum pattern and everything like that. When it does the switch, that bass, it's just killer bass. Amazingly done. By the way, it was also written by Waters, so you know the bassist Waters. So I just love it. I love it how it does that switch, and then all that height comes in from the backing vocals and instrumentation as it grows louder, and it does that I think like 3 or 4 times, and even in the end when the transition from Us and Them into Any Color You Like. This is another stellar track, guys. Another stellar track. The lyrics written by him describing senseless nature of war and ignorance by modern day humans who have been taken over by consumerism and materialism. Another discussion, social implication, another discussion, political social implication topic, delving into it. And this is what I love about them, specifically with this album. And just for the first time noting how they go about it, tackling these issues and bringing them to the forefront. Great stuff, guys. First verse is about going to war, on how the front line we don't get much chance to communicate with another because someone else has decided that we shouldn't. The second verse is about civil liberties, racism, and color prejudice. The last verse is about passing a tramp into the street and not helping them. So there you have it. A lot of discussions, a lot of stuff that that they bring into the forefront and make us discuss. So there you have it, guys. Us and Them. I love the subject matter. Now we're gonna get into Any Color You Like. Oh. Synth, guys, a synth. Bass is good too again. Holy crap! Holy crap. That guitar is going bananas. That electric guitar, David Gilmour, going bananas. By the way, a lot of synths on this one, somewhat psychedelic, by the way. And then you get the nice bass, the drums and percussion coming in instrumentation-wise. Oh. Wow. Sounds like a synth. I like that. I like that. Notice it almost sounds like the guitars are kind of like dueling, but I think it's just one guitar, and then what's happening is it's being kind of like maybe layered or somehow. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't see anyone else on guitar. Just Roger Waters on bass. And it's just done very, very well. But the synths are coming in really nicely. This is all about instrumentation and just feeling it, feeling all the grooves from the instrumentation. There's a synth. So now we're getting into Brain Damage. Once again, the transition is just flawless. I'm going to pause it here, discuss Any Color You Like a little bit, and then we'll continue it. Tackles the illusion of choice one has in society. Pick any color you like. They are all blue. So there you have it. It's like any color you like, discussing another subject matter, which is all, by the way, all tied together. By the way, all these discussions that they're having, very simplistic. It's all instrumentation driven. There really isn't much verbal going, except that I think David Gilmour in this one was kind of like scat singing in a sense. So there you have it. But now we're gonna get into Brain Damage, and that's gonna be another interesting song. So I'll see you guys for that one next. Oh, I like that.
The lunatic is on the grass. The lunatic is on the grass. Remembering games and daisy chains and laughs. Got to keep the loonies on the path.
Oh, some layered vocals maybe?
The lunatic is in the hall.
Reverb too.
The lunatics are in my hall. The paper holds their folded faces to the floor. And every day the paper boy brings more. Open many years too soon.
Some backing vocals.
And if there is no room upon the hill, and if your head explodes with dark forebodings too, I'll see you on the dark side of the moon.
Oh, they're So notice what happens. Dark Side of the Moon is mentioned, I think for the first time, by the way, in this album, Brain Damage. And we're getting now that choir backing vocal effect by these four, I think it's like 4 or 5 individuals that have been, doing it all the way through in this album. And instrumentation is very, very hushy, but that organ is now coming in stronger. And they use this organ in almost every single song. Very interesting, and I love that effect of it that it gives it. And you're getting some great vocals by Roger. David, sorry. Actually, Roger is leading vocals, and then David is doing harmony. So that's the layering process that you get. Very interesting. You almost thought that it was David singing, and you didn't notice because of the layered vocals.
The lunatic is in my head.
Oh,
The lunatic is in my head. You raise the blade, you make the change. You rearrange me till I'm sane. You lock the door and throw away the key.
creepy lyrics.
There's someone in my head, but it's not me.
Huh.
And if the cloud bursts, thunder in your ear, you shout and no one seems to hear. And if the band you're in starts playing different tunes, I'll see you
I like that backing vocal.
on the dark side of the moon.
Oh. I love the backing vocals on this song. The way it was done, it's really, really great. Great approach, constructively, how they did it. And the instrumentation is good too, by the way. But the backing vocal specifically for this track is really good, and it helps it too, specifically with the subject matter and what they're discussing. Mental illness, by the way, if you guys haven't noticed, the lyrics, just really, really well done. Oh, let's rewind that. I hear a synth. Oh. You hear the synth, guys? So good. That laugh, so creepy. So now we're gonna get drums paired up with those synths, leading into the last and final track, Eclipse. And I'll get to that in a minute, but I want to discuss brain damage, guys. I want to discuss brain damage. So it looks at mental illness resulting from elevation of frame, success above the needs of self, in particular the line, this one. And if the band you're in starts playing different tunes, reflects the mental breakdown of the former bandmate Syd Barrett. So apparently, I guess this former band member had some type of breakdown and stuff like that. Very, very interesting use of layered vocals with both David and Roger coming together. I didn't even notice that there was two people singing. I thought it was just one, and they kind of like just later it, but no, it was two. It was two, and that's just how well they sound together, harmonizing. Very nice. And the backing vocals, those effect really, really good stuff with this one. By the way, the person responsible for that laugh that you hear there was Peter Watts, and he did a good job there. You hear it in and out, in and out. I like that. You get all those vibes of kind of like mental illness and everything like that. Another subject matter tackling it. This is what's all about, guys. This is what's all about, this album thus far, and it's been very stellar. Now we're going to be closing it off. Let's see how they do it, guys. I'll see you for the last one.
And all that you see, all that you taste, all you feel, and all that you love, and all that you hate, all you distrust, all you save, and all that you give, and all that you deal, and all that you buy, beg, borrow, or steal. All you create, and all you destroy, and all that you do, and all that you say, and all that you eat, and everyone you meet, and all that you slight, and everyone you fight, and all that is now.
Wow, backing vocals.
And all that's to come, and everything under
So notice what happens. Everything just starts hushing after that part, and now we're getting kind of like that heartbeat effect coming in nicely. This is a great kind of like end type of song that sums it all up nicely with all the instrumentation. By the way, that organ and that piano going bananas there. Lots of lifting effect with backing vocals once again. Ah, just like it was in the beginning, it's doing it in the end. Very interesting. Oh, God. There's still life. There's still life with the heartbeat. Still life. And it just hushes away ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. What an incredible album this was, guys. What an incredible album. Incredible album this was. And it was tricky to do, guys. It was very, very tricky. But hopefully, in the end, I will prevail and I'll be able to edit this one and do it the right way. If it gets blocked, you know the drill, guys. It'll be a pinned comment in the bottom. It will redirect you to the actual video with full visuals and sounds and all that. So that's if it gets blocked. Eclipse, how it ends with the album. I like that. I like how it ends with that. You know, this theme that they use, the Dark Side of the Moon, um, and then they actually speak of it. You know, Roger in his vocals, he actually speaks of it in the lyrics as he ends it, discussing the moon, and it espouses the concepts of alterity and unity, while forcing the listener to recognize the common traits shared by humanity. And I want to continue this discussion before I start rating the songs, because usually what I do is I go one by one through the songs and I rate them on how much I liked it. This album has a lot to do with a lot of social implications, a lot of political things that we as human see on a day-to-day basis. And not only that, we all experience it sometimes in our lives, whether or not it's ourselves, but other people. We may know other people, and we may see it out, you know, out in the world as we go about, you know, in days in everyday life, and I like that because it's real. These discussions are real. Everything that we experience and we see is real with everything. So that's what it is. I mean, it really explores. It really explores conflict, greed, time, death, mental illness. I mean, all of these things, and even the tracks themselves have those titles. They all have those titles. Um, Snippets from interviews from the band's road crew are featured alongside philosophical quotations. The sleeve also depicts this prism spectrum, which was designed by Storm Thorgerson in response to keyboardist Roger Wright's request for a simple and bold design. And boy, did that hold up. Look at this. I mean, you just take a look at it, and you just see it, and you know already who it belongs to, and it's embedded. It's embedded in your mind, and that's some simple like that is so, and it's so modern that you see it today, and it's still fresh. It's still good. Still good. So there you have it. It's a simple and bold design, and it also represents the band's lighting and the album themes, which promotes the two singles. The album was actually promoted two singles, "Money" and "Us and Them," and those two songs, guys, "Money" and "Us and Them," are probably the standouts in this album. And I think that they were very, very, very smart to choose those two tracks. "Money" is the best one from this album, my opinion. My opinion. A lot of you guys may like other ones. I mean, "Time" was really good. "Us and Them" was really, really good. But, you know, that leads me to discuss these other songs. So "Speak to Me" and "Breathe," that was good. Nice little intro there at the beginning. I'm going to give that a 7. "On the Run," that was a really good song. I like the pace. I like the anxiety that you feel in there. I'm going to give that one an 8. "Time" was actually really, really good. That's a 9. "Breathe" was good, and it follows into "Money." And every single song has that nice flawless transition, which is very, very important, like you guys were discussing. And "Money's" a 10. "Money's" a 10, guys. "Us and Them" is a 9. Any color you like is a 7. Brain Damage is also a 7. Eclipse is an 8, and I like that because it kind of like sums everything up. So I mean, overall, it's really really good. It starts slowing down, and especially specifically after. I mean, Us and Them is long, but any color you like in Brain Damage, they're very kind of like slow and stuff. There's a lot of stuff that are that you like and you look forward to, but it's really slow. But look at these titles, guys: Eclipse, Brain Damage, any color you like, Us and Them, Money, Breathe, Time, On the Run, Speak to Me. I mean, this is stuff that we that we encounter on our daily lives, and it's just brought to the forefront. I mean, who would have ever thought of something like this back in the 70s? You really have to kind of like really have your mind in a certain place to really put this together and process this and come together as a band and create this. And this is just brilliantly done. Brilliantly done. I mean, I could so relate to On the Run. My God, I could so relate to that. Not to say that that's me, but the thing is that what how it is in daily lives, time, time, it's just crazy. It's crazy, but it's really really true. I mean, every single song like this is just unbelievable. The Great Gig in the Sky, by the way, I didn't review that one. I left it out in between Breathe and that one is a 9 too. And that was good. I mean, Claire Torrey's vocals is just amazing on that. But what a great song Money was, and Us and Them with all that height with those intermittent points, on and off, on and off. A lot of good stuff, a lot of discussions that you want to talk about, and a lot of things that we experience. And it's just great. It's great. And who would have thought? Who would have thought an album from the 70s like this would sound like this? I mean, these synths and everything, all these things and all these arrangements are just incredible. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. This was a great one. Great album to review, and I had a lot of fun with it. Hopefully YouTube doesn't get really mad at me and decides to block it. But if it does, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. My camera overheated 5 times. 5 times with this album, and I had to do a lot of pausing, a lot of breaks in between. So hopefully you guys don't get frustrated with me with that. But that's what it is, guys. Technology. All right, guys. Until next time, for more videos like these, please leave your comments and suggestions down below. Love to hear what you have to say. Take care, guys. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more videos like these, be sure to check this one out. And also take a moment to comment, like, and smash the subscribe button to stay on all the latest reaction videos. And guys, yes, I have a Patreon link. Be sure to check that out when you get a chance. Help support my channel. Makes recommendations like the one you just saw all the more possible. Alright guys, take care. Love you guys. Peace.